what that title is supposed to import. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. And I want to introduce right now Sarah to all of you. Sarah, tell us a little bit about your background. You're still a young lady, and you're reading poetry from two of the best in African American literature. Maya Angelou, Nikki Giovanni. You are a testimony to our young people in this world. Tell us how a young lady like you wanted to be inspired, got to be inspired by Maya Angelou and by Nikki Giovanni.
I just couldn't believe there was so much power that the tongue held, and the way those poets made me feel when I read their poetry, when I heard their poetry. And I wanted to be able to do the same thing. And it's a great privilege and honor for me to be able to recite another legendary author's work as well as me.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that. And, you know, we're talking about intergenerational communication here, people. Generations really don't exist. They exist on the outside. They exist in the media. They exist in our imaginations. Human history goes back about 5,000 years. Well, if it goes back that long, we know that if we're contemporaneous, if we're living right now, looking at the same sun, breathing the same air, it doesn't matter if we're 1 or 101. We can relate. And Sarah is relating intergenerationally to some wonderful, wonderful people. I'm going to give you the microphone right now, and I want you to inspire all of these wonderful people with some inspiring poetry right now, ending up with her poem, No Fear. And before you recite your poem, No Fear, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about it. Not right now, but just before you go into your own poem, Sarah, you tell people why it's called No Fear, and then you can deliver it. And I know you're going to do a wonderful, wonderful job. Let's hear it for her. She has the mic right now.
Hello, hello. I hope I don't get any static. So Maya Angelou just passed. I took it way harder than I thought I was going to. So I'm going to do I Rise, which is a poem that I was asked to do a couple of weeks ago. And it's a powerful piece, so I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. Oh, can I have that music just gone? Is that on this keyboard? What is that? No, it's here. Sorry, I have background music coming from my keyboard, so I'm trying to get that shut off here.
I see. I don't know anything.
I don't know either.
Right, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still live, dude.
Yes, we are.
Perfect.
Still I rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like hopes springing high, still, I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes. Shoulders falling like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise. Have we risen or what? Since the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, I think we've risen quite a bit. Keeping with that momentum, I'm going to do Ego Tripping
All right, now.
by Nikki Giovanni.
Maybe a reason why.
I think we have a right to do that. Hey. I was born in the Congo. I have walked the Fertile Crescent and built the Sphinx. I designed a pyramid so tough that a star that only glows every 100 years falls into the center, creating divine perfect light. I am bad. I sat on the throne, drinking nectar with Allah. I got hot and sent an ice age to Europe to cool my thirst. My oldest daughter is Nefertiti. The tears from my birth pains created the Nile. I am a beautiful woman. I gazed on the forest and burned out the Sahara Desert. One packet of goat meat and a change of clothes. I crossed it in 2 hours. I am a gazelle. So swift, you can't catch me. For a birthday present when he was 3, I bought my son Hannibal an elephant. He gave me Rome for Mother's Day. My strength flows ever on. My son Noah built New Ark, and I stood proudly at the helm as we sailed on a soft summer day. I turned myself into myself and became Jesus. Men intone my loving name. All praises, all praises. I am the one who it saves. I sold diamonds in my backyard. My bowels deliver uranium. The fillings from my fingernails are semi-precious jewels. On a trip north, I caught a cold and blew my nose, giving oil to the Arab world. I am so hip, even my errors are correct. I sailed west to reach east and had to round off the earth as I went. The hair from my head thinned and gold was laid across 3 continents. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal, and I cannot be comprehended, except by my permission. I mean, I can fly like a bird in the sky. Stick it to the man. Okay, I was told to tell you guys a little bit about my last poem. It is called No Fear. It is my testimonial piece. I'm actually in pain right now, which is why I'm sitting, because I cannot physically stand for this length of time. And this poem will kind of explain that. But I will tell you that I have been healed of this disease as of June 26, 2013, last year. I don't know if any of you know the Bible, but Paul said that he had a thorn in his side, and he considered it a reminder from God of all the glorious things that God can do. So when I have these flare-ups, and when the pain comes, I just remember what he's really healed me from. I was in the ER at least 2 times a week, every week for 2 years. It was a nightmare. My father and my husband are here, they can attest to it. And God has healed me from all of that. So be encouraged. No fear. Fear preys on fragile faith. Cloaks our spirits temporarily enough to sweat through the pores of our imaginations. Droplets of distress explode into shadows, eclipsing every possibility, every optimistic conception. Liberated thoughts become entangled by oodles of chains that will eventually end with knots in your stomach. Allowing ourselves to become physically paralyzed by an emotion we have full dominion over. Your breakthrough. Just out of reach, the shackles are too short. We are not free. We are slaves to our warped mentality. Fear has taken full reign over how we react to things we hear and see by those in the white coats, especially. We are healed. It has been written. Yet fear loves to tango with doubt, which can also dictate what we see and how we believe and how we receive information given by those who leave you to question faith and what that is, and if you have it, and how do you get it, and do I need it? Doubt, fear. So we berate Eve for falling like a coward. We say, Satan couldn't have tempted me. How could she? Now we feel like we have to bear the curse God gave Eve, declaring, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor, you will give birth to children throughout your years. Pain, increase in pain, reproductive pain. I know a thing or two about pain. Trust me. The doctors say I have endometriosis stage 4, a devastating disease of the female reproductive system, one that over 176 million women are accounted for. Nobody wants to be a mommy more than me. But because my lesions are so deep, and because my right fallopian tube only trickles out the liquid they gave me, they say my chances of being able to conceive. But see, I worship Jehovah Nissi, who gave his life to save us from sins and heal our bodies. It's in the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Isaiah through his prophecies. Yes, my God is a healer, so these doctors can keep their evidence away from me. Reproductive organ pain, pelvic pain, breast tissue deformity. Is this a lump? Presently, your natural first instinct, fear, right there, with its whips to keep you hypnotized by ear, as Satan whispers the same question over and over. Panic interferes. What if? What if? What if? What if you believed in God the same way you believe your heart will keep beating long enough for you to hear me finish this piece? That's not even a thought. You just know. What if your faith in God was the same as the faith you have right now in your arteries? Faith comes by hearing. Hear me. God already defeated the enemy, so why entertain the false he magnifies of your earthly body? We were born to die. So while we're living, Christ wants us to be free, and this is the reason so many don't believe. My God is not one you can taste, touch, smell, or see. Now, here is where faith intercedes. Faith is belief not rooted on proof. Proof is evidence adequate to establish a thing as true. So faith, in this case, is having a complete and unquestionable trust in God. It means to first seek his face instead of doctors, drugs, and new ways to medicate. Faith comes by hearing, then believing, eventually leading you to your knees as prayer escorts you into a relationship with him. And once he has wholly come into your heart, well, that's how your miracle starts. Check me. Chapter 11, verses 23 and 24 in the book of Mark.